Have you ever wondered why some gifts blossom into greatness, while others quietly die in the hands of the people meant to protect them? This is not just a story, it is a story of gifts. Gifts that were nurtured and gifts that were buried. They say every city has its secrets, and in one such city, modern, restless, alive with ambition, two wealthy men lived not too far from one another. Their houses stood almost side by side. Their names carried equal weight in boardrooms and gatherings of power. Yet, behind their gates lived two very different stories. The first was named Edward, a man proud of his fortune, proud of his estate, and even prouder of his authority. He believed that his word was law, and that his household existed for his pleasure. The second was Jonathan Brooks. He too was a man of wealth. His businesses thrived. His name commanded respect. But unlike Edward, Jonathan's wealth did not harden his heart. His greatest treasure was his home, and the crown jewel of that home was his wife. Edward's wife was named Isabella. She was not only beautiful, but deeply talented. She could sing melodies that stilled storms. She could design garments fit for queens. She could write words that pierced the heart and stirred the soul. Isabella was known in those days. She was the kind of woman people stopped to listen to. She spoke with clarity and intelligence. She wrote articles that challenged minds. She designed concepts for brands and community projects. She could organize events effortlessly, manage people wisely, and still sing. Her ideas sparkled like diamonds waiting to be discovered. It was during one of these public engagements, one she had planned and hosted, that Edward noticed her, not because she was quiet, not because she was submissive, but because she was brilliant. Her gift drew him in. He admired her confidence, her ideas, her presence. He pursued her, married her, and brought her into his home. But somewhere along the line, admiration turned into fear, and fear turned into control. Once married, Edward began to redraw the boundaries of Isabella's life. Her writing became unnecessary, her organizing became distracting, her voice became too loud. But Edward would not have it. Slowly, gently at first, he told her where she belonged. He said, "Your place is here, your place is the kitchen, your place is the nursery. Bear me children, serve my guests, make my house a palace. That is all you need to be." Isabella was raised to believe that sacrifice was love, obeyed. She became everything a good wife was expected to be. She bore him children, she cooked the finest meals, she smiled at his visitors, and she did all this faithfully. Yet, each day, a piece of her faded. Her gift, locked away like a bird in a golden cage, grew silent. And slowly, she became less of who she truly was. Her ideas stopped coming. Her confidence thinned. The woman who once carried light began to dim. And as the years passed, her gift faded. Even Edward's admiration faded with it. He lost wonder in her eyes. The spark he once admired became ordinary. He no longer saw the queen within her, only a shadow. Because when a gift is buried long enough, even the one who buried it forgets its value. And as the old saying goes, the lamp you refuse to light will one day stop giving you brightness. Isabella's gift withered, and in silence, her talent drifted like the water poured on dry sand. But close by lived Jonathan and his wife, Elena. Now, Elena was not known for brilliance. From childhood, she was slow, not dull, just slow. She took longer to understand things. She struggled in school. She was often the last to finish, the last to be chosen, the last to be praised. While others shone early, Elena lagged behind quietly. Many mistook her slowness for weakness. Elena could not sing like Isabella. She could not paint. She had no reputation for great wisdom. Her skills were small, her beginnings humble. Yet, Jonathan looked at her and smiled. "My love," he would say, "start with the little you know. It does not matter if it is small. The world does not wait for perfection. The world waits for courage. I will stand with you. And so, Elena began. Her first attempts were weak. She baked cakes that were too sweet, but Jonathan encouraged her. She wrote poems that stumbled, but Jonathan clapped anyway. She tried small businesses that failed, but Jonathan held her hand and whispered, "Rise again." When Jonathan married Alina, he married potential, not performance. She tried many things and failed often. Her early efforts were clumsy, her hands unsure, her ideas unfinished, but Jonathan stood beside her. He encouraged her attempt, he made room for her growth. He believed in the seed even when there was no sign of fruit. And slowly, what was once little began to multiply. What she lacked in speed, she gained in depth. What she lacked in talent, she gained in persistence. Skills grew, confidence followed, new abilities emerged. She learned, she grew, she discovered new abilities she never thought she had. Ideas began to flow, doors began to open. Soon, people noticed her work, and before long, the woman who began with almost nothing and was once considered slow became a name known far and wide and was highly respected. But even as her fame grew and her light shone brighter, Elena never forgot her home. She never raised her success above her husband. She never used her voice to silence him, but honored him. She never forgot that Jonathan was her crown, her covering. She wore her success with humility. She carried her growth with confidence, knowing that respect is not lost by success, but by pride. For she knew a crown sits best on a head bowed in respect. And so, the two marriages became living lessons, lessons that can be likened to the tale of two artists. The first artist, like Edward, painted a masterpiece. His hands were gifted, his vision unmatched. His brushstrokes were brilliant, his colors divine, his image beyond imagination. Yet, instead of showing the world, he hid the painting and locked it away in a room where only he could see it. At first, he looked at it daily, admired it alone, and slowly, the colors dulled in his eyes, and over time, familiarity replaced wonder. The colors no longer moved him, the beauty no longer stirred him, until one day, he pushed it aside, he tossed the masterpiece into a corner, forgotten, undervalued. The wonder vanished. The second artist, like Jonathan, painted something simple. The lines were rough and uneven, the colors not perfect. Yet, he dared to show it to the world. He displayed it for everyone to see. At first, only a few clapped, then a few more. With each showing, he learned, with every critique, he improved. His hands grew steadier, his vision clearer, until one day, that one simple painting carried great value. The world gathered around his work, offering applause, honor. The highest bidders came for it, and yet, even in glory, that painting remained faithful, bringing joy to him all his days and honor to the one who nurtured it. Dear viewers, God has placed a spark in every human being, a gift, a talent, a seed of destiny. It is not enough to be beautiful or wealthy or silent. Wisdom is not only in choosing someone, but in how you treat what God has placed in them. Wisdom is to marry potential. Greater wisdom is to nurture it. For a hidden gift dies in the dark, but a supported gift multiplies. A seed left in a sack will rot, but a seed planted in the soil will feed generations. Do not bury anyone's gift, be it a friend, colleague, or partner. Do not say to your wife, your place is only the kitchen, only the children, only the home. Yes, she's a mother. Yes, she's a homemaker. But she's also more. God did not make anyone empty. He placed in her a deposit, a treasure. If you water it, it will grow. If you cage it, it will die. And hear this, when our gift blossom, we should never despise the one who helped us in the days of our little beginnings, be it a friend or our partner. The applause of the world must never be louder than the respect at home. Honor him, for a lamp shines brightest when placed under a roof that protects it from the wind. Let me tell you another story. There were two lamps. One was lit but placed under a basket. It gave no light. Even the owner forgot it was there. The other was lit and placed upon a hill. It shone for all to see. Travelers far and near found their way because of it. The lamp under the basket died in silence. The lamp on the hill lived on in glory. So it is with gift. Another one would be of two seeds. One was kept in a drawer. It stayed there year after year until it dried and cracked. The other was planted in the soil. At first, it was buried, hidden, unseen, but slowly it sprouted. It grew, and one day it became a mighty tree. Birds built their nest in it. Families found shade under it. Children ate of its fruit. This is the way of destiny. Unused, gift perish, but nurtured seeds multiply. So I say, do not hide the light of anyone, and do not let success blind you to humility. For marriage is not a battlefield, it is a garden, and in a garden, both the tall trees and the small flowers have their place. Together, they make beauty. And always remember this: the gift you bury becomes your burden, but the gift you water becomes your blessing. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Like this video and share. It might just be the right video someone needs. Thank you so much and see you next time.